Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're trying out some exciting hyped products that have been on the market for a little while but have been loved by the entire beauty community for all that time. And I just never tried them before. So my mom and I went to a larger city in the Netherlands, and then I picked up some nice things from Tilbury and from Nars, and then from ABH. I got this nice box with my purchase. So today we're trying out the non-greasy palette, the Nars Full Dimension #1 palette. I'll show you the insides in a little bit. And then I have some Charlotte Tilbury staples. I have the Airbrush Flawless Foundation, I have the Hollywood Flawless Filter, and I have one of the lipsticks. These lipsticks I have tried before, but now I have a new shade. So if you're interested in hearing my opinions on all these fabulous products, and I'm sure I'm gonna love all of it, then just keep on watching. Real quick, just before we get started, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I'm so excited to have you here. Please consider subscribing to my channel. I'd like to grow my teeny tiny YouTube family here, and let's get into the video. I think I'm going to start with eyes. And for eyes, I have the beautiful non-greasy palette. I know this has been out for a while. I actually thought it was limited edition, but apparently it's still available. I'm sure you've all seen it, but I'm just gonna show you anyway. This is what it looks like, and I was so excited for this one because of the beautiful blue in it, and then those beautiful pinky shades. I know this is a favorite palette from many people, and I've always thought that it could be one of mine as well. I just never pulled the trigger and bought it. But now I got it as a present, so that's very exciting. This palette actually comes with a little dual-ended brush, which feels kind of nice. I think I'm just going to try this. See if I can make the full look with just this one brush. I'm of course going to use my ABH eye primer, which feels sort of extra appropriate right now. Alright, I'll zoom you in, so that we can get started on a nice eye look. I see there's some nice depth in this palette. So there's a black, but this one is also quite dark. And I know the blue is very tempting, and I of course will try that out many times. But for now I want to stick more to the purple theme, just because I'm wearing this purple shirt. So I think I'm going to take Cupcake as my main shade on the lid. So I'm just going to do a purple toned crease, I think. So I'm going to start out with Semza and then deepen it up with Hugo, maybe the black. I think that's it. So I'm first going into Semza. I'm taking the bigger end of this brush and I'm going to put that in the crease. I really like this shade. And I think I also like this brush. That's a nice start. I love that there's a nice bright matte included in this palette. There could have been one more, in my opinion. I'm going to take the other side and I'm going into Wasted, which is the pale shade, just to blend out the edges. And I was going to say highlight a little bit, but this shade is a little bit too dark for me. That blends out beautifully. Beautiful. Alright. Alright, with the same side of the brush, I'm going into Hugo, which is the dark purple, and I'm going to put this in the crease outer corner. That's a nice deepening up shade. Now I'm going in with the original side of the brush just to blend the Hugo into the Semsa. And I'm also going to take Hugo in the outer corner of the lower lash line. This is a beautiful shade. I'm just bringing it all the way through. And then I'm going into Semsa just to blend that out. That looks beautiful. Just to try it, just because I'm curious, I'm also going to put just a little bit of black right here. Deepened it up just a little bit, but that Hugo shade is really dark. Alright, I'll take my finger and I'm going into Cupcake. I'm just going to put that, look, nice. Going to put that all over the lid. I guess I covered up a little bit too much of those outer corner shades. That's okay. I really like this look. I love that you can go this purple without using any of the pinks or browns. This is an actual fully purple look. Now I am going to cheat a little bit and use this little smudger brush just because I want the barb shade, which is this one. I want that in the inner corner and this brush is perfect for it. It's a little bit flaky, but the color is beautiful. Alright, that's the eye look with just the eyeshadows with this beautiful palette. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this one. You know, there's this tag video going around with what kind of eyeshadows represent you in what kind of situations. And one of the questions is, what represents the girly in you? And I think this would be a very good answer. For eyeliner, I'm going to use my pastel pink eyeliner from LA Girl. And then for mascara, I'm going to use this one from YSL. It's on its last legs, but it has been going strong for quite a while. And it's in the shade number 5. This is the Mascara Volume Effet Fossile. And a black would have, of course, also been beautiful with this. Alright, that's it for the eyes. I'll zoom you out. So we can start working on the face. So one of the most exciting things that I got on our little trip was the Hollywood Flawless Filter. This must be the most hyped up product on YouTube pretty much. I know everyone has this. Even people that don't like to spend a lot of money on their makeup still love this and use it all the time. I have it in the shade 1, which I'm sure is going to be fine. And there are a couple of ways you can use this product. You can use it as an all-over primer to give your foundation a lot of glow. Or you can spotlight it on the highlighted areas of the face when you have a lighter coverage foundation. Or you can do the same highlighting thing but on top of your foundation. I'm going to opt for the all-over glow because I have a flawless foundation and I want it to be nice and visible. It feels so strange to actually have this in my hand. I've seen so many people use it. I'm curious if it'll be one of my favorites as well. So I am going to apply it on the usual highlighting places. But then I'm going to smear it out all over. There's this giant applicator. So I think that's enough. I love this packaging, by the way. It's like a giant concealer. I don't really have a brush that I'm not using for anything. I'm just going to take my concealer brush to blend it out. So that's it. It's very glowy, but I like it. I can definitely see myself use a lighter coverage foundation on top of this. I know people also use this as a foundation. I think it's just a little bit too glowy for it. Maybe we'll use it as a highlighter as well. It does look beautiful. This is the direct sunlight over there. And it is beautiful. Alright, let's go into the foundation. Another very hyped up product. And I believe for good reason. Most people I hear about this rave about it. It's the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. Stays all day and night. I have it in the shade 1 Neutral. This is what it looks like. Beautiful bottle. Alright, so that took about 5 minutes, but it's finally coming out. I'm taking 2 small pumps just to get me started. And I'm taking my rounded foundation brush. And now before you get very scared, this foundation does oxidize a little bit, so it's not going to stay this light. Though I must say, even like this, the color isn't too bad. I love how this spreads out. It's full coverage, but it's not very thick. Wow! I just love the way this feels. See, the color is already matching me. No, for a full coverage foundation, this really doesn't feel very heavy. I'm comparing it in my head to the Huda foundation, of which you need twice as much product and then it gets cakey very quickly. And you need a special primer and everything. This is beautiful, and you can see the Hollywood Flawless filter underneath. You can actually see the same shine coming through. So I was a little bit afraid that all that shine was going to be gone, but it's not. Looks pretty good, right? Maybe I can leave a little note in the description box about how this wore. I was of course hoping that these products would be great, but you never know. Sometimes things are hyped up for the completely wrong reasons. So this is pretty full coverage, but for the highlighting purposes I will use a little bit of concealer, and I use my Pat McGrath one. Now for powder, I'm going into my new Dior Cushion powder. And I'm just going to set my concealer, not the entire face. Still all the shine coming through. So that's it for my absolute base makeup. I'm just going to take this little brush, make sure the edges are nice. So far so good. Just going to run some brow gel through my brows. This is the one from the Kruidvat. Just the regular colored brow gel. Wanted to have a bit of a more fluffy brow look instead of the structured one I've been doing lately. Alright, let's get into the next product. This is so much fun. I have the Nars face palette. This is the newest one they came out with. They have two shades of this one. They have a lighter one and a darker one. And after looking at both, it became immediately clear that I should pick up the lighter one, which of course makes a lot of sense. This is what the shades look like. So there's a bronzer, a matte blush, a glowy blush, and then a highlighter. And I think this looks great. I don't really own a lot of Nars products. I owned a foundation one in the past. And that's it. Now I have this face palette. But I always hear great things about the brand, so I'm excited to give this a try. Just taking a quick look at my foundation. Still looks incredible. Nice shine. And this is a very matte foundation, so that is definitely the Hollywood Flawless filter coming through. So you have all the benefits from a full coverage matte foundation, like no transfer or anything. Well, probably a little bit, but it's going to dry down a little bit more, I think. But still the shininess and the dewiness from the Hollywood Flawless filter. Alright, I'm taking my bronzer brush. And it fits into the pan quite well. And it appears that this is a bit more of a cool toned bronzer, which I always love. I really like this shade. It's not super cool toned, it's more neutral, I'd say. So I can definitely use it as a bronzer, but then also concentrate it here just a little bit to get that sculpted look. And the mirror in this one is really nice, so I have a feeling that this might be my new favorite face palette. But I am getting ahead of myself, I've only used one shade. But it blends out like a dream, and this is on unset foundation. Alright, that's it for the bronzer. Yes, that looks really good. I do have a feeling that if you're just a little bit more dark than I am, or a little bit more yellow toned, that this will really just be a contour for you and not a bronzer. Alright, now we have to try a blush. And I want to go into the shimmery one, which is just a little bit darker, but also a little bit more purple. Okay, nice buildable formula. Not an intense sheen, but enough. That's actually perfect. I find most glowy blushes to really be a dark highlighter. Like they're too glowy. This is perfect. And it's not so pigmented that you have to be really careful. That's kind of pretty. Can't wait to try the other one as well. But not today. Finally, we have the highlighter. And I'm taking my big fat essence brush, which is supposed to distribute highlighter in a very aggressive way. And I want to see how bright I can get this. It's a little bit dark for me, but it works. Looks nice. Right? The whole thing, the combination looks really nice. And by the way, I really like this packaging. It's so sleek and silver and chic. Alright, I'm going to fix my hair. Looks a bit better like this, right? And then I have one thing remaining, which is this new Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. This is from the Hot Lips 2 collection. These are in the refillable packaging. They slide out like this. And then I got the shade Angel Alessandra, which is one that I wanted for a long time. Look. I'm not sure if it's the perfect match for today's look, but I want to try it. Beautiful. It has that nice vanilla-y scent. And this packaging is beautiful. I'm going through my other Hot Lips lipstick very quickly. So this refillable packaging is actually a really good idea for me. This is what the shade looks like. I think it's a pretty peachy nude on me. I've seen it on other people and it looks a lot lighter, but on me, of course, it looks a little bit darker. But I think it's beautiful. Alright, that's it for my finished makeup look. I really like how this looks. Really, all the products worked quite beautifully for me. Foundation still looks flawless. Hollywood Flawless filter peeking through. I mean, this is nice, right? Is it just me? Alright, enough bragging. I really loved all the products I used in this video. I'll leave a comment in the description box about how the foundation wore. I'm gonna wear it for at least 6 to 7 hours, so do with that what you will. Thank you so much for watching. I had a lot of fun today playing with my new makeup. I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel, or I'll see you in the next one.